Today we're gonna make perfect speculoos cookies. They're crunchy and they're perfectly spiced with my Speculoos spice mix. And they're just everything you want in that like Biscoff type cookie. They're crunchy and tender and they're just have the right amount of sweetness. I'm going to show you how to make speculoos cookies with a traditional mold and how to get that perfectly detailed cookie every single time. Let's get into it. Speculoos cookies. Pretty easy. Not a ton of ingredients that are going to happen right now, so that's exciting for us. The first step is we're going to go ahead and get our butter creaming because you know me and I didn't pull it out in time, so she's cold. So we're going to go ahead and get that in our bowl of our stand mixer, fit it with the paddle attachment, and then we're going to go ahead and hit it with blowtorch. Yeah, blowtorch in the morning. Let's go. Make sure you turn it up. So we're going to go ahead and add our dark brown sugar. Get that in there. I need a spatula and go ahead and get that, just go scrape down. Alright, so it's nice and it's like lightened a bit and it's really nothing crazy has happened in there. Alright, so what we've got here, our remaining ingredients are AP flour, this is kosher salt, and then we're going to go ahead and put some of my Speculoos spice mix in. The recipe's up there. I like to pre-mix it in large batches, then I can use it in other things. I sprinkle it on my apples and peanut butter. I'm just saying it's like my new favorite snack. Alright, so go ahead, we're going to do 3 tablespoons. I like some spice. Okay. Yeah. She's good. And whisk it together. In my recipe, if you don't want to pre-mix, I will put the right amounts to make that amount of spice mix. So you can, you don't have to pre-mix it in a large batch if you don't want to. And without further ado, now that I've been whisking for 10 years, we're going to alternately add our flour mixture and our hot water. So I've got hot water. It's tap water. You don't need to boil it or anything. There's nothing, you don't need to do that. It's okay. So go ahead and get your sugar going, give it a bump it 1 more second, just gonna finish it off. Alrighty, lighter, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down, and we're gonna start adding our flour alternately with our hot water. So I like to do one in one hand and one in the other. I like to kind of just go ahead and alternate it. It doesn't really matter what you start or end with, just, you're gonna get it in there. You'll notice that there's no eggs or anything in here. If you use shortening, it would be vegan. It wouldn't taste as good, but it would be. Alright, you're going to go ahead and mix all that in there, and you're going to get a nice cohesive dough. And that's it. You do want to be careful not to overmix because obviously we've hydrated the flour now and gluten will develop. So we've got ourselves a beautiful soft dough. You see it? Look at her. She's beautiful. And now all we're going to do is wrap this and chill it. I know. Go ahead and get yourself some plastic wrap. Bonus points if you do it with that much flourish. Alright, and then you're going to go ahead and get all of your dough onto the plastic wrap, as one might expect. Alright, go ahead and get it, pull it into a ball or a packet. Go ahead, I'm going to smash it down because I want it to chill faster. But you can, of course, chill it in a ball, but why would you when I just told you it'll chill faster like this? It'll be easier also to break off pieces of it when you're going to assemble the speculoos cookies. So we're just going to chill this 2 hours minimum. Overnight would be great. The flavors definitely meld together. They kind of get happy. I mean, obviously we're giving the gluten time to relax, the butter time to re-solidify, but we're also giving the spice mix time to hydrate and really just pop. So 2 hours to overnight. You can make this several days in advance. If you're going to make a lot of them, I suggest you do that, but in she goes. We are ready to shape and bake our speculoos. So what we've got here is, first we're going to prep our pan, just, let's do the easy stuff first, yeah? Or not. So go ahead and spray your pan. Go ahead and place a piece of parchment on top. Get that ready. Done. All right, so what we are gonna do, maybe I should put on an apron. What do you think? It's just better be safe than sorry, yeah? Now, because I am a nerd, I have purchased a Speculoos mold. They make these in rollers. You can press them into these molds, or you can even cut them with cookie cutters and they will be delightful. But we're gonna do some like this because I just can't help myself. So what I've got here is some rice flour, and that is what we're gonna use to dust our mold, which is gonna keep it from sticking, but still get that nice distinct shape. So go ahead and get a little rice flour in. I don't want it to be super thick because like rice flour tastes gross. Tap it out. All right, so we've floured our mold, and we're gonna go ahead and get our dough out, which is chilled overnight, and we are super happy with her. Go ahead and just get a piece of that. I am going to just kind of press it out like that, and then I'm gonna press a piece into each mold. Like so. You want to make sure you get it all down in that, in the pattern, right? You don't want to leave the pattern behind. That's sad. But go ahead and get it all in there. And then we are going to cut our extra dough off. And this is going to ensure a really nice, kind of beautiful shape. Boom. You're like, come on now. It's not that exciting. It is that exciting. All right, and now we're just gonna use the corner of our knife to kind of pull that out carefully, because these are like, you know, pretty detailed. What, do you see that? Yeah, I see it. She cool. So we're gonna go ahead and place that on our baking sheet. It looks like a dude in a cactus. I don't know. Don't ask me these questions. All right, and then we've got this one. Numero dos, which looks like a beautiful basket. Last one, best one. The windmill. Apparently she wants to stay in her little hole. Look at that. Magic. And then we do it all again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the flour every single time, just to be better to be safe than sorry. And then I will tap, tap, tap it out. All right, and then we're gonna press them in again. Pretty easy. I think, you know, if you want to make a lot of them, those rollers would be really helpful, but I don't have one. You know, this was the end of my vintage Etsy purchase budget. All right, and we're gonna slice. Careful not to slice yourself. Just saying. Oh, look at that window. I'm so excited about these. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to give these a quick chill because I really want them to hold their shape when they bake. You can bake them right now, but they're going to spread a little bit, and I just really want them to keep this crisp, beautiful design. So I'm going to pop them in the fridge for just like 5 minutes. Not long, they're thin, they're going to chill really fast. And then I've preheated my oven to 325, and then I'm going to pop them in there. Now the rest of this dough, I'm just gonna go ahead and put back in the fridge to chill again, and then we can repeat it again once we have our another tray ready. The speculoos are out. They baked about 12 minutes. It's really gonna depend on the mold that you use or the cookie cutter that you use, because you have the depth and also the width of them is really gonna be the determination. So you just wanna look for them to be look like they're set, and that they're matte, and they're really kind of, you know, they've definitely kind of firmed in the center. Not firm, like you don't want them to be hard, otherwise they're going to be just rocks. But you know, you want them to be firm when you touch them. But I've let them cool completely, and so guess what? It's time to try. Yes, I know, super stoked, but like they're all so pretty, and I just don't know which one to choose. Oh, man, I'm so excited. You probably couldn't hear that, but it was a perfect little crunch when I broke it. It's crunchy and perfectly spiced with all of those like warming spices. Like, just the faintest hint of like, you know, a little zing from the pepper. Oh, they're absolutely perfection.